Hello and welcome to my channel. Now in lesson number 26, what we have done is we have made this converted this HTML into WordPress in lesson number 25, and in lesson number 26 we have converted HTML to WordPress up till this point. Now in today's lesson number 27, we will convert this portion of the footer into WordPress and this last portion into WordPress, and then we will make these inner pages as well, so that the whole website becomes dynamic and the whole HTML is converted into WordPress. Now to do that, as you know, this part of the website will be included in the footer.php, and I have actually placed that code in footer.php already in, I think, lesson number 25, I think. Now I'm going to make it dynamic to some extent. Now for example, let's see this image. This image is a static image and coming from it's an image that is coming from images folder of the theme. Now what we can do is we can bring it to the footer.php. Now I'm going to copy this statement and placing it here with style. Save. Now I'm placing it here because in style.css it is impossible to actually change this image dynamically, so I will change the image dynamically here in the footer.php. Instead of going to the style.css, I'll just directly paste the newly uploaded image here. Now I'm going to upload the image for the background, this tulip image. Now I'm selecting it. It is already uploaded, but just to tell you how to upload it again. Now I copy this URL from here and I will give it to this link here, and the image is now coming from footer.php directly instead of from style.css. Now I can give any image here. For example, if I want to change this image, this is not the real way of making it dynamic, but because we had many things to do, many portions, many blocks of this page, there is another way of doing it is by installing a plugin that adds fields to WP option table of the website, and we can add these options and these things to the WP options table. Now you can see the image is changing from footer.php, and that's fine. Okay, now you can change this text from this footer.php, and that's it. You can change the about us text from this footer.php, fine. This info contact information will be replaced by the latest contact information here. We can have widgets here as well, but placing it directly here will be easy to handle. Now this one, this is a sort of menu that is statically given here. Now instead of using this static menu, we will make it WordPress proper dynamic menu, and we will bring that you can see this primary menu here in the footer as well, and as we will increase the pages in the primary menu, those pages will be shown here in the footer menu as well. So let's do it. Let's see what we have in the menus. Menu. Okay, we have only one menu that is showing at the top part of the website. Now there are two ways. Either I can use this single menu in the footer as well, or I can add a new menu. So let's add a new menu so that you can see how a new menu can be added to the WordPress site. So to add a new menu, I create click on create new menu. I will give it a name, footer menu, and I'll say create this menu. Now the menu is made. I can add my home page to this menu. Okay. And I'll click on save menu. Now the footer menu is created and saved. Now let me place that footer menu into my footer portion of the site. To do that, I have copied this name of the menu here. Let me bring in the code in the file as well. Okay, here is the code. This one is the code to bring in the menu into the footer. For precautionary measure, I have included it in div, so that if any class needs to be added here, this is the name of the menu that I am going to bring. I will replace this name with my own name, paste and save, and I have enclosed this statement, PHP statement, in a div, so that if any class needs to be added to this menu, that can be added easily by the reference of the div above. Now the name of this class of this div can be footer menu, or it can be any name that can be. It's not compulsory that the name here must be the name here. No, you can give it any. You can give the class any name. This name is compulsory, so because we are referring to this footer menu, so this one, so we are referring to this footer menu. In that case, this name is compulsory. We have to give this WP nav menu the name of the menu that we want to bring in to the array index of the menu. To the array index menu, we need to give the name footer menu, and this footer menu name is compulsory. That must be similar to or exactly the same as this name, but this one, the class name can be any name that we want to give. I'm giving it a different name now, and the footer menu is brought here in the footer. Now let me refresh the page and see what happens. Now the page is refreshed, and you can see the menu is here, and it came with some background color as well. The background color is not actually required, but for now we leave it, and we go for now. As you can see, the footer is almost complete. We have a dynamic menu here. We have unfortunately this link is going to /home, and this link is not /home, so we need to change the menu. To change the menu, I am removing this thing and I am adding a custom link here. The name of the link will be home, and it will be going to this link. Copy and share this link and add menu and say menu. Now this menu will go to its appropriate place. This one, okay. Menu is fine. Now I'll go for making inner pages. The first inner page can be about us. Now let's create an about us page. I just add new. We are going to create about us page. If there is some text, let me copy that text from here and I will put it as the text of about us page. Come on. Okay. So here is the text of about us page, and I'm going to select the default template and click on publish. Now let me see how this page is made. Here we are. So this page has a sidebar. The these things are pushing on the left side and this thing is going to the right side. We have something in this this home page that actually controls the width of the page, and that div is this inner div. So we need to bring in that inner div into this default page template. As you can see, we have selected a default page template here, so we need to add this inner div to this default page template. As I have told you already that this default page template is actually coming from page.php. So we're going to open this page.php in our Dreamweaver. Now I'm going to bring in that div class inner. This div will enforce the width to the side. Now I'm going to refresh the page and see the effect. Good. Let me see if it came here or not. The inner is here. Fine. Here's the sidebar that may be creating some issue, so I need to remove the sidebar as well. So the sidebar is coming from here. I'm removing this sidebar. Let's see how to remove it. Starting from this PHP tag, this is the starting of the PHP tag, and this is the end of this PHP tag, and within that tag we have this get sidebar function. So this get sidebar function is responsible for bringing in that sidebar into the page, and I am removing this sidebar. Now the sidebar is removed. Let me see why the inner is not working fine. Now as you can see, this primary is pushing it to the left and with the width of 65%, and this inner is actually pushed to the left due to that primary div. So what we need to do is we need to remove this float left and this width and float left from the style sheet. It's on 1544, line number 1544. So we need to remove it from line number 1544. I'm going for this style sheet now. Here is my style sheet. And here we are. Go 1544. Here is the width given to this primary. I'm removing this width. Now you can see the about is made. About us page is made. Still it's not taking the effect. Let's see what happens. What happened? Sorry. Let me see again. This is my inner. Good. This is the content. Fine. This is the primary. 1544 and 1544. Good. If the changes doesn't take effect immediately, you need to click Control Shift and R, and the style, it will load the fresh latest style sheet, and that's what was happening. The style sheet was not loading, so that's why it wasn't showing me the code change. Now for the sake of design, this thing was not available in this in the HTML that I used, but for the sake of design, what I want to do is I will actually, this title of the page will be brought on a banner. Under this navigation bar, we will have a banner. Banner will be means a big image, and in the center of that big image we will have the name of the page, that is about us. So let's try doing that. Now these changes will be made on page.php. So the page default page template. Either we can make a custom page template, but I will prefer to use the default page template. So I am going with the default page template. I am going to remove this comment template function as well from here, so it will not disturb us. Now let's add a div on the top. The div will be div class banner, and here in this div we are going to use the title function to bring in the title of the page, and this title will be enclosed in a div to apply the CSS easily. So I'm going to give a div here, pg title. Here we are. So we have a banner, we have a title here. That's it. Now I'm going to refresh the page and see what happens. Come on. Okay. Now here we have this about us within that banner div. We already have a class associated to this banner, so I need to change the name of this banner to BNR, because it looks like it can create a sort of conflict between the two divs, and I don't remember where it was used. So instead of trying to remember and then replacing it, I actually changed my new name of the div. Now the name is BNR slide. I can see it here, and we have this thing. Now I'm going to give this BNR slide an image. The most appropriate way of doing it is to use this featured image of the page as a banner image, so that everything is available within the page admin portion of this page. So I am going to click on this featured image, and I'm adding this banner image here and saving this thing. Now let's check on the front end what happened. Let me see. Okay, this banner image is brought, but this is brought from this function, not within the slide, but this is brought from this function. Fine, this is fine, but we need it within this banner slide. Let's see if it is in banner slide. It's not in banner slide, it's under banner slide. This is wrong. We will remove this image from here, but for now we will concentrate on what we were doing. We actually wants to have this image as a background of this about us, or means background of this banner slide div. Now to do that, we actually have to apply this image, this featured image, as a background image of this div. So we'll give it style equal to background image URL. Okay, here is the CSS style to give the background image, and here we will place the URL of the image that we want to give as a background image, and that URL will be basically the URL of the featured image. We have done it on the home page, so I'm going to bring that statement from the home page here. This is the statement that actually gets the image, featured image, and here we have to give the ID of the post or ID of the page for which we want to get the featured image. We'll give it later on. This is the second statement that comes along with this one. Copy, going to paste this second statement here, this one. Now these two lines are actually responsible for bringing in the featured image URL of the page here. Now here we need the post ID, post/ID. In that home, we actually fine. So because fine, so it is automatically getting the post ID. Or if not, to make sure, we can use this function get the ID instead of getting confused for long times. We can use this get the ID function, and it will actually pick the page ID of the page and gives it to this function, and this function will bring in some parameters here, and from those parameters we have picked the URL of the image, that is the link of the image that is used as a featured image, and we place that featured image as the background image of this that BNR slide. Now let's see if it is brought here or not. Okay, good. So the image is brought as the background image of this banner slide. Now we need to increase the height of this banner BNR slide div. First of all, we can actually give it some padding. So padding, sorry, it will be padding 0 plus 0. So the first one is top and bottom. Here we have the padding. That's it. Looking good. 140 on the top, 140 on the bottom, something like this. Now here's our class. I need to place this one into my style.css, so I'm going to place it in style.css. This is too low, so I need to go up and give it here. Okay, now refresh the page and see the changes. Yes, the changes are brought perfectly. Now I'm going to bring in this page title in the center. Let me see, inspect here, this page title, add a class for it, text align center. Now the title is in the center. Font size, that will be 1 em. We are increasing this em. We have a bigger name. I can use another property called text transform, text dash transform to upper. Good. Now this thing is not visible properly. Okay. Okay, so it is uppercase. Now next thing we need to do is we need to apply some background to this thing. So the background will be background hash 000, sorry, 000. This is the background, and the color is for the text color, the 4 color. Here we have the about us, and we need to apply some padding, top and bottom padding, to make it more prominent. This is good. Wonderful. Now you can see that the banner is there. This is something brought by by this thing, this one. So instead of using that, we'll use the content function later on, but for now we just concentrate on the header portion. Now this is good, but there is another more attractive way of giving this background color, is actually by giving it like this, RGBA. This is used to give the background color with some sort of transparent effect. The color code of black is 0, 0, 0, R for red, green, blue. So it will be 0, 0, 0. And after the comma, we'll give the amount of transparency. So it's 0.5, 0.7. Now you can see the image in the background, and the black color is slightly transparent. It looks more wonderful. So that's fine. I'm copying going to copy this class and give it to the style.css. Good. Now I refresh the page and the banner is ready. Next thing is this background image. We can use another effect of this background. We can use the positioning of this background. When we use background image, we can use the background position property to position it properly. So I'm using center, comma, center. So it's horizontally center and vertically center. You can see that the image cuts from here and it cuts from here. This looks unprofessional. This looks bad. So we need to stop repeating of the page of the image. So background repeat will say no repeat. Now it's not repeating, but because it's not repeating and the size is not that big, it's not covering the whole page, whole width. So either we can use background size or we can use something more attractive, and that is background attachment, and that will be fixed. Okay, attachment is fixed, but the size is not made appropriate. You can see the effect of the fixed here. This is the effect of using fixed. We need to actually fit this whole background image to the complete width. To do that, we will use background size. Either we can give it 100% and width. This is 100% for width and auto for height. Now 100% width and height is auto. So according to the width of the image, it will give it the height. This is one way of using background size. The other way is use cover. So cover will do the same. It will cover the whole background of the div, but cover actually sometimes disturbs the aspect ratio of the image. Normally we don't want to disturb the aspect ratio, so we use 100% and auto for background size instead of cover. Now this one is ready. The banner is wonderful and ready. And fine. Now we are going to remove this image and this everything coming from this function, and we will replace it with the content function, php the content. Here we are, and refresh, and we will only have the content here. Some issue with the layout. Okay, instead of putting in the content directly, what we are going to do is we are going to this this template part directly and remove the unnecessary things from there. So to do that, this is suggesting that we this function is actually getting the content file. Now we have content page. Now as it was suggesting that the file name is content and page, so actually this code is bringing in this page here. Let's open this page, and this is for the front page. If we are on the front page, that portion will be implemented. Otherwise we'll have this title, the content here. Okay, so we are getting that image from somewhere. Here, sorry. Is not is page template. Okay, it is saying that if it is not the front page template, it will put in the post thumbnail. This is a post thumbnail that is showing here. Sorry, Let me refresh the page. Let me show you what was going on. So this is the thumbnail image that was showing here. So if we want to remove this thumbnail, we will actually remove this line from here. Either we can remove the whole if, or we can remove only that line and refresh, and the thumbnail is gone. Fine. Now we have the appropriate layout as well, and the banner. This edit will be removed because we are logged in. That's why it is showing this edit. So as we log off, this edit will be removed. These two lines, either we can remove it or we can keep it as it is. We have some margin here as well. Let's see from where this margin is coming. Hopefully everything will be within that. This is the margin of this article. These are bottom, border bottom, removed, margin bottom, removed, margin bottom, removed, padding bottom, removed, padding bottom, removed. Now you can see this is the footer portion of the page. Fine. And this is my content portion. Everything is on 998 number line. So I'm going for 998. Go 998. And removing this bottom, padding bottom, something like that, and saving it. Let's see. Good. Here is my About Us page. Now I'm going to add this About Us page to the menu. Going to the appearance and menu. Going to add this About Us page. And that's it. Saving the menu. Now it is added to the footer menu because it was the footer menu selected. So it was added to the footer menu. Let's see if it is added or not. Then we'll add it to the top menu as well. Now you can see the About Us is in the footer menu. Good. And we need to add it in the header menu as well. So we'll select the main menu from here and select. And we'll add that About Us page to the top menu and we'll save it. Now the About Us is in the top menu as well. That's it. Now the third page that we are going to make is the Contact Us page. Now to make a Contact Us page, normally we have a contact form on the Contact Us page, and to have that contact form on the page, we have to install a plugin called Contact Form 7. On this template, I think we have already installed it, but for you, I will remove that Contact Form 7 plugin and reinstall it again. Delete, so that you can see how we can install the Contact Form 7 plugin and make a contact page. Going to the plugins, add new. Here I will give the name of the plugin that I want to install. I want to install the Contact Form 7 plugin. So the name is here, Contact Form 7. Here is the plugin, Contact Form 7. It's a very handy, very wonderful plugin for making the contact forms of the contact page. It's installing. In the meantime, you can go and subscribe my channel. I am just going very close to a milestone in my subscription. So please click on subscribe. My number of subscribers is 99. So just need one subscriber to make it 100. And that will be a first milestone achieved. So please hit the subscribe button. Okay. Now the plugin is installed, and this is the form that it comes with this plugin. This form has your name, your email address, subject, your message, and the submit button. So I'm going to use this form. I'm not doing any change, making any change to this form, and I'm going to use this same form. Coming on the pages, add new page. I'm going to give it a name, contact page, assigning it a image, background image that will come in the banner. Good. And the shortcode that I copied, I'm pasting it here using the default template, publishing it. Let's see if the page comes in the menu or not. The page is not in the menu. Need to bring the page in the menu. Going to appearance and the menus. This contact page, the first one, here we have add to menu and save menu. Now this page is in the menu. Good. Contact page. Wonderful. And the CSS is not loading. Control Shift R and it will load. Wonderful. So here is my contact page. The title of the page is showing here. I need to, if I want to change this title, I can change it. Edit page. Remove this page from here. Save it, contact us. I'm making it contact us. Updating again and see logo, contact us, and here is my contact us page with this form. Clicking on the submit will send an email to someone. Let's see who that someone is. Going to contact. Here in the contact form we can see to whom that email will go. So the email will go to the admin of this website. Admin email address is given here in the settings and general. Showing some error. Wonderful. This is the admin email address. So the email will go to that email address. This is the warning showing. Normally the warnings are disabled in WordPress, but for some reason while we are making the site, we just enable them. These warnings are just informative messages, so it's not an error. Nothing to worry about it. If it is like an error, it will start with error, and that is something that you need to worry about. But because this is a warning, we have three types of notification that we can see in our website if we enable the debugging mode. One is notices, second one is warnings, and third ones are errors. So notices or warnings are some things that you can ignore, and the errors are something that you need to take notice of. Still, you need to take notices of these warnings and notices as well, but this is not something that is very urgent right now. All I have to do is I have to disable these messages, error messages that are showing for now, and these things will be gone. Okay, what I was telling you is that the mail is going to this email address. As we change this email address to our email address, now the contact form can start sending emails to us. Now here we are. As I told you in the beginning, we need to format this menu properly. This background must be removed. Footer menu 1. I don't know from where this background is coming. We check this is from where it is coming. Dot menu, and this must be the background of this menu. That's why it is coming. So this class is actually creating some conflict. So we need to make a new class for this footer menu. The name of the class will be dot menu, but it will be with the reference of this footer menu. So I'm starting with footer menu and dot menu and dot menu. Let's do it like this. Background none. That's it. So the background is removed. control copy and give it here, save, and that's it. Control Shift R. That's it. Now for other pages, for services and other stuff, we can make custom post types and bring in those services by using those custom post types. We have discussed all the other stuff that you can use to bring in the services. You can see custom post type. So in lesson number 12 of English, we actually made a custom post type and brought in the services posts into the services page. And then again, also in lesson number 20, we used WP query actually to bring in the custom posts into our page. So these lesson number 20 and lesson number 12 actually can be used to make the services page. Also on lesson number 9, we actually extracted or retrieved the services using the get posts. So you can basically see the lesson number 9 for some advanced functionalities. You can see the lesson number 12, and for the optimum level you can see the lesson number 20 to actually bring in the services to the services page. To bring in the services to the services page, first you need to make a custom page template. The custom page template will be made using this lesson number 8. So you will see the video lesson number 8 and learn how to make a custom page template. And on that custom page template, you can bring in the custom post services posts on to the page. Now the site is ready and it is almost completely converted from HTML to WordPress. And if you like the video, please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon so that as I upload the new video, you get the notification and you will not miss the lessons that are coming onwards. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.